My name is Shanza Sami. I'm from Iowa City, Iowa, and I am a 3M Young Scientist Challenge Top 10 finalist. Today, we'll be talking about the peaks and valleys of the process so far, as well as my experience with the summer mentorship program. The best part about the scientific process with the 3M Young Scientist Challenge so far is learning how the research and engineering process applies to the development of my creation, Pura Arum. I learned how to create a hypothesis for each stage, test and conduct experiments to determine and prove the efficacy of each of my stages. Throughout this process, I had to try out a ton of new experiences. For example, I had to learn how to communicate with people I'd never even met constantly this summer. I also had to try out new skills. I learned how to solder a few days ago. And I also had to become comfortable with failure. Throughout these successes and adversities, or peaks and valleys, I believe that I have grown so much over the course of the past few months. I believe that facing the uncomfortable is more likely to help you meet with success, and that is perhaps what has been most rewarding about this scientific process this summer. The most challenging part of this would have to be communication. A great scientist should constantly communicate their findings with the scientific community. It is essential that you remain inquisitive, consult with your peers or mentors, ask questions, and consider the insight of others. Communication is key to having a great innovation. One great way I have been communicating my scientific findings so far is through these blog posts. I enjoy talking about the scientific process and my research in these posts and giving you guys insight on how my thought process goes as a scientist. Communication would also be challenging throughout this process, in that coordinating these details with external sources to access materials and products would be time-consuming and difficult to specify via email. The summer mentorship program has been one of the biggest highlights of the summer. My mentor, Dr. Patrick Zimmerman, has been monumental in my success throughout this challenge. He has taught me to think for myself and believe in my ideas, not be afraid of failure, and continue to be systematic and methodical throughout the engineering process. Not to delve into the cliches, but Dr. Zimmerman has taught me a lot about hard work, perseverance, and dedication. The 3M Young Scientist Challenge has been an enlightening, immersive, and unique experience that has taught me to embrace adversity, venture out of my comfort zone, effectively communicate, and more. I am incredibly grateful to have met and learned from so many individuals throughout this journey so far. Thank you for listening to my 5th blog post on the peaks and valleys of the scientific process and my experience with the summer mentorship program. This is Shanza Sami, signing off from Iowa City, Iowa.